We're good. Recording.
Hey guys, so excited to be here. Welcome to Team Arise call tonight. As you guys all know, I'm Lisa Hansen. I am going to be sharing some practical steps tonight to help you with this whole concept of mindset. So hopefully you have a pen with paper, not a phone and not a computer, because it doesn't work with that. So pen or pencil with a paper. And if you don't have that, go ahead and get that, because that's going to be really super important for tonight. So, obviously you guys have heard a gazillion times from myself and from personal development and from Beachbody or all over the place. You always hear about mindset, and you always hear about belief. That's another thing that we always hear about. You got to have belief in your business. You got to have belief in yourself in order to succeed and have a successful business. Also need to work on your mindset. And we hear that over and over again. And it is something that I frequently talk about because I, first of all, know it to be completely true and have experienced the truth of that. But I think a lot of times we don't really get the practical steps of what to do about that every single day. I mean, we cannot just go in and flip a switch and change our beliefs, or change the thoughts that come into our head, or change our mindset about where we want to take this business. That is impossible, first of all, because we are a human. So there is absolutely nothing wrong with you. We have a human condition of having a mind. And so we need to learn what to do about that. So tonight I'm going to bring you through a few practices that I have learned throughout my entire spiritual journey, and definitely was something that helped me tremendously to be able to have success in the business, but just to be able to change my life from a pretty negative one. I was definitely brought up with parents who are very negative and complain a lot. And I took that on and I lived my life and didn't even know that I complained about everything until I was probably in my late 20s, and I had a boyfriend and he pointed it out to me. I was like, what do you mean I complain about everything? Like, I didn't even know. And so that began my journey about 25 years ago of, figuring this out. So when we're thinking, or when we're discussing thought patterns and manifesting, you guys have probably heard all of these words. The first step is always to have awareness. And so I'm going to bring you through some exercises tonight to help you with that. And then the second step is to then, what do we do about that? Taking some sort of action, because when you do get this, you will change your life. You will change your financial situation. You will change your business. So the first thing that we're going to do, this is going to be very interactive tonight, by the way. So be prepared to share, and be prepared to not to scare you. It's going to be good. It's going to be really good. And we'll be writing in the chat box. So the first thing that we're going to do is I'm just going to have you sit for 5 minutes and about your day. So topic is your day. If you can, I'd like you to close your eyes, turn off anything that you may be looking at that is a device of some sort. If you have children with you, you may not be able to close your eyes. That's fine. But don't do anything outside of that. Don't scroll through Facebook. Don't look at your messages. Don't look at your phone for 5 minutes, okay? So I am going to set the timer. You don't have to worry about that. And for some people, sitting for 5 minutes is going to feel like a really short time. And for other people, it's going to feel like eternity. Like, oh my God, this is just like an hour, it's going to feel like. But let's just bear with me. We're just going to do this. So for 5 minutes, we're going to just have the topic be your day, and you're not going to be doing anything except sitting for 5 minutes, okay? So you're not trying to control or direct your thoughts. You're not trying to be still. You're not trying anything, just going to be doing nothing for 5 minutes. Okay, so go. Okay, that's 5 minutes. Now I want you to take your pen and your paper, and for 4 minutes, we're going to just write down free flow writing. Don't try to control, just write down what you thought about for the last 5 minutes. Just write it down right now, right away on paper. Okay, you can put your pen and paper down. Okay, so because this is our first time doing this together, I'm gonna go first, and then I'll have you follow suit. And what we're going to do is just randomly, as you think of them or as you read them, put what some of yours were in this chat box so we can all read each other's. And the purpose of this is to, first of all, know that it's normal to have all these random thoughts. And second, again, it's the human condition. So some of my thoughts was, oh, is this too long? What, did I make it too long to sit for 5 minutes? Will they think that it's too long? Okay, and then I had a thought, all right, how much time has passed? And then a little bit time went on. Does my hair look okay? Came into play. Oh my God, the air conditioner is too loud. Oh my God, I forgot to turn it off. That totally came in. Should I get up and turn it off? And then, has it been 5 minutes yet? Should I check the timer? What are they thinking? That kind of thing. Like, again, what are other people thinking of us? And then I had a random thought in the middle of, did I remember to empty the dishwasher? That came in somehow. And then I heard a noise upstairs. So I'm like, oh, my daughter's making too much noise. Then my dog started barking outside. So I was like, oh, what's Phoebe barking at? Oh, can they hear her barking? So these are some of the, and it kind of just went on repeat a little bit. And then the last thought I remember having was, maybe I should have made it shorter than 5 minutes. Maybe they think this is too long, So those are just some of the random thoughts that were going through my head for 5 minutes. So just pop some in the chat box right now so we can all see each other's. What were some of the things that happened for you in that very short period of time of 5 minutes? And then for those on the phone or something, I'll read them. Okay. Did anyone share anything yet? Oh, here we go. Okay. I hope my husband doesn't come in from the garage to find me sitting here with my eyes closed in front of my laptop. Thankful to start my day with a nice walk and personal development. Very calming. Had a good call earlier today, but it left me confused. Where do I go from here? Great. Keep them coming. I forgot to take the clothes out of the washer. Why are my kids still awake? My kids are watching I'm going to say it wrong. It's Dinosaur. Dino Dana, and it's really distracting. I was trying to concentrate, but my mind has a mind of its own. Ah, good one. Okay. I was thinking about, because we're going to talk about that. I was thinking about how my stomach hurts and why is it still hurting, because it's been super annoying. I started thinking about the sharks and tacos. I wonder what my husband is thinking of me sitting here with Spider-Man headphones on and my eyes closed. He's probably taking a picture of me. Am I going to get all I need to get done while Jeffrey is at camp tomorrow? I really want a Cheerio. Allison. I just love all of that. It's the monkey mind. It's all over the place, for if you've ever heard it called that. I need to order a shower liner on Amazon. Oh my God, so do I. Thanks for reminding me. I want to start to read 100 Days Brave today. Sleep. I need more sleep. Rose, I didn't even have to see who that was from. I hate when Parker cries. The bugs are loud tonight. What's going to happen in The Bachelorette? What are we going to do on a date night Friday? When will I feed Parker? I love when it's quiet. I should do this more often. Tried on cute leggings and picking post was popular. Oh, trying on your cute leggings and picking the post, all right? I thought all of the noises were distracting me, like my fan. Just same thing with my air conditioner. Tomorrow's the last day for the discount. I need another customer. My lips itch. I totally love that. Air conditioner is loud. Who's moving around upstairs? Oh my God, that was so me, Lauren. All of that. Did that shot count as a full yellow container? Yes, it did. Tomorrow's, let's see, I would like to spend more quality time with my husband instead of just 15 minutes while we eat dinner. Okay, awesome. Okay, so fabulous. The reason I wanted to have you put it in the chat box is to normalize it. We have a human condition called the mind, and it's very normal for it to go all over the place, okay? Now, one of the things is, who has heard you are not your thoughts before? Kind of raise your hand if you've heard that, okay? The whole point of my exercise is to ask you this one question. Who is the one who is watching your thoughts? Okay? So we spend most of our days thinking and believing that we are our thoughts. But you cannot be the watcher of your thoughts and be your thoughts at the same time. If you were your mind, if you were your thoughts, you would not be able to watch your thoughts. So who we truly are, the divine part of us, we are the watcher of our thoughts. We are not our thoughts. We are the one who can watch the thoughts. Because again, if you were your thoughts, you wouldn't be able to watch them. You wouldn't be able to observe them. You cannot be the watcher of your thoughts and also be your thoughts at the same time. But what happens is we allow our thoughts to run our life. We allow our thoughts to create our feelings. We allow our thoughts to create our experiences. And just like if you want to get biceps, you have to lift weights at least probably 4 times a week, at least at bare minimum 3 over a long period of time. Okay. So this is a practice. The first thing, the reason I started with that is to first get you to see that we have the ability to watch our thoughts. And then second, to be able to have the awareness of what is in there. So people think that meditation is you're supposed to sit and not have any thoughts, and you're supposed to have om and be stillness. The purpose of meditation is to allow the thoughts to come out and to notice them and to notice the thoughts that you're having. When you practice and you learn how to tap into that part of you that is the watcher, that is what they call alignment. Anyone who follows, anyone who talks about manifestation, they talk about alignment. That's what that is. When you learn how to manage your life from the place of the watcher instead of the place of your thoughts, that's when you can manifest, and that's when you can align your vibration to be able to bring to you what you want in your life. Okay? If there's anything that is you're not following, just let me know in the chat box. So like I was saying before, most are creating their feelings and all of their experiences from their thinking, not from the divine part of themselves. This is really challenging for some people, and not for everyone, but our feelings always come from a thought. So if you are looking in the mirror and you just got your hair done at the hair salon, and you have the thought, oh my God, my hair looks so good today. Oh, I love when they do my hair. I'm just so pretty. All of a sudden, the feeling that follows those thoughts is happiness. You feel happy, you feel pretty, okay? But if you're having a bad hair day and your hair looks completely terrible and you're having the thoughts, my hair looks like shit, my hair is crappy, I should have taken a shower, why didn't I take a shower today? All of a sudden you start to feel really lousy, okay? So when you're feeling anger or frustration or not good about yourself, not good about your business, the feeling is an indicator that your thoughts are off. So you go back and you say, what was I thinking before I felt this way? Okay, so that's the awareness. Now, it's really more challenging to backtrack. It's more proactive if you catch it before the feeling. So before you feel frustrated with your business, before you feel frustrated with the way your body looks, just to bring it back to Beachbody, before you feel like your business is going down the toilet, okay? So when you backtrack, you say, oh my gosh, when did I start feeling this overwhelming feeling of doom that I suck as a Beachbody coach, right? Let's just make it big for an example. You can backtrack and say, oh my God, was I on Facebook? Okay, what did I see on Facebook? And what did I see on Facebook? And what did I think about what I saw? Was I comparing myself when I saw someone else's rank advancement? And was I having the thought that I should rank advance? What's wrong with me? I'm not doing enough. So you can backtrack to the thoughts. But when you're looking to bring this into your life as a way to manifest all the success you want in your business, you have to make it a daily practice to get ahead of it before it gets that far away. Usually that's when people will call and say, help, I need to be helped off the ledge here. We want to address it before that happens. So after you start to identify the thoughts that you have that are not working for you, then you get to consciously decide on your own terms what you will choose to think. Okay? So I'm just going to say that one more time. After you start to identify the thoughts that you have in here through the practice we just did that are not working for you in your favor, then you can consciously decide on your terms what you will then choose to think. And you will take back your power. And you will say, wait a minute, if I'm the person who can watch my thoughts, I'm the one that can be in control. I'm the one who's, navigating this ship. It's not the other way around. The majority of people live the other way around, where they're just following their mind and letting it run amok like a little 2-year-old and letting it run the show. But when you get to this point where you're like, wait a minute, I can change this. There's something I can do. And you make it a practice, then you get to choose what thoughts are in your favor that are going to help you reach the goals that you want. So what I'm going to teach you is, or what I started to teach you, and I'm going to put a name to it now. It's called a thought download, and it takes 5 minutes. And I do recommend it every day, and start to get into the practice of it. But what you do is, for 5 minutes, you think about a general or a specific topic. And it could be any topic that you want. And you're going to free write, like we just did, for 5 minutes. But the key to doing this is, it's kind of like you're just kind of like being curious. And you're like, okay, I have a mind. I have all these thoughts. I've been thinking this way my whole life. A lot of thoughts are in there from my mom, from my dad, from my teachers, from ex-boyfriends, from my brother, my sister, bosses. There's a lot of thoughts in there, right? What you want to do is, you don't want to stop them. You don't want to control them. So you don't, like, if you start to feel negative thoughts, then you don't want to try to stop those negative thoughts. And when you start, and you don't want to force the positive ones to come. So after you do this allowing of the flow of thoughts for 5 minutes, and you just write and write and write and write every thought that you have about it, then I'm going to give you the steps about what to do about it. And then I'm going to see if anyone wants to volunteer to work with it with me. So we'll see. So we're going to do 5 minutes one more time. And this topic is going to be how you feel about your Beachbody business. Okay? So whatever comes to mind, just write it down. Go. Okay, great. Okay, guys. So the reason that affirmations don't really work, I mean, they can work a little bit, is because of two reasons. First of all, you have to really convince yourself that it's true. And a lot of times we miss a bunch of steps in between to be able to believe that it's true. Um, so let's just say, for example, I wanted to say the affirmation, I am a, let's say someone is diamond and they want to say affirmations of, I am a 5-star diamond coach. I am a 5-star diamond coach. And I earn $100,000 a year. I have a big team. And they have all these affirmations and they don't end up working. And it's because we've skipped all the steps in between. And the steps in between is the exercise that we just did called the thought download, where we aren't trying to push away the negative thoughts and force the positive thoughts, because you can't just, like I said in the beginning, flip that switch, right? So what we're trying to do instead is to neutralize the thoughts and allow the thoughts to be there, but to have awareness that they're there in the first place. Okay, so some of the things that were that came to mind, you can pick, maybe one or two positives and one or two that you would say are on the negative. Go ahead and put them in the chat box again, and I'll read them out loud. And again, it's really helpful to hear what other people say. It really is. Great, do it. Pick two that you're comfortable with. So someone wrote, mine are really negative. So I'm encouraging her to write them anyway. I love my Beachbody business. I'm so grateful to work from home. I need more working coaches. When will I earn that 5-star bonus? Excellent. I want to help others, but should I even be doing this? I'm so new. I just started less than a week ago. Yes, I am able to do this. I can help others, and I love to help others. So that's very normal. We have conflicting, thoughts in there. We have doubts. Should I even be doing this in the first place? Am I even going to be able to do this? Very normal. Then we have the other thoughts that go the other direction. So you do the pendulum swing to the other way. Yes, of course I can do this. Yes, this is exactly where I want to be. So much momentum, doing the actions, taking a while to pay off. Love the products and the results, and I love helping other people. Excellent. So just keep them coming. We'll just do a few more. I love to help people. I love that I have a new coach on the call with me. Nice. Okay. Really, if anyone's really comfortable, I want to put the negatives in here. What if I lose my coaches? Ooh, that's a good one. Some can come inactive. I need more active coaches. How can I keep this up? Am I wasting my time? I love helping others. Still need to make a post. I am finally going to commit myself to be all in. Jeffrey is going to kindergarten and I need to make this work so I don't have to get a dead end part-time job, but I am terrified. Very good. I'm looking for coaches to join me, but I have no idea what to do when I find them. I'm scared. I'm scared I won't be a good leader. I struggle to stay constant, which is why I haven't added any coaches or any challenge packs, but I'm able and willing to work towards my goals. I want to help everyone, passion to help, don't want to creepy message random people or piss them off. Don't want to lose friends. Am I wasting money trying to get ahead? I need to make this work for my family. So again, you can see, so normal, conflicting thoughts are in there. Worrying about what other people think, worrying if you're going to piss them off, if you're going to come across creepy or lose any friends, are you wasting your time? How stable is it? Decide how much of a risk I'm willing to take on. So you might be thinking, how long am I going to give it before, I call it quits? So many thoughts like that. Okay. So once you do the thought download, then we can do the critical step, which is the most important. And we can do two things. We can either question the thoughts to take the charge away from them, or we can replace the thoughts. So this is where we get to choose the thoughts that we want. Focused thinking, again, it's not affirmations. It has to be something that you can believe. So, for example, neutralizing the thoughts might work better in the beginning. So let's say we're going to look at a neutral thought. So let's just say someone is saying, I am struggling to stay consistent. I'm struggling to stay consistent. That's the thought. The replacement thought, if we go too far and we say, I am going to be 100% consistent, there is always going to be a little bit of, do I really believe that? Because so far I really haven't been consistent. So how can I go from A to Z that quick? So instead of doing it like I'm just going to replace it with a happy, positive, feel-good thought, no, let's neutralize it. Take the charge away from the negative and say, I would like to stay consistent. That would be a neutral thought. Or I am working towards staying consistent. That would be a neutral thought. That is something that you can believe that doesn't have an emotional charge to it. And it's a new thought. Okay, this is what I'm working on. Another way to be is to, you're going to start deciding what you want to think on purpose and with your intention. So we do want replacement thoughts that you will practice. So it's about doing the thought replacement, but having it be something that you can believe. Like I was just, and I'm gonna walk someone through this. It will be a little bit easier. But it's just about allowing it to be. And then kind of thinking of your thoughts as like a little 4-year-old, okay? And say, okay, come here and sit next to me. Okay, it's so interesting that you kind of think of your thoughts like, oh, isn't that interesting that you think that? And it's interesting that I wrote this down. Or another way that you can do it is to question the thought, which is my favorite. And so let's just say, I'm going to pick a good one. Okay. So the thought is, what if I lose my coaches? Okay. Behind that thought is fear. Fear that you're going to lose your coaches, your whole business is going to come crashing down. Okay? Pretty legit. And then you question that thought. Is that true? So the thought would be, I'm going to lose my coaches. And then you question that and you say, is that true? And you say, well, it could be. Okay, so yes, it could be true. But then the next question is, do I 100% absolutely know for sure that that is true, that I am going to lose all my coaches? And you don't know if that's true or not. Okay, it's just a random thought that's coming in based on a fear, and you're questioning it. Then the third question is, how does it make me feel when I think the thought, I'm going to lose all my coaches? And then the very last step, number 4, is who would I be without that thought? Who would I be, and how would I feel without that thought, I'm going to lose my coaches? And what that does over time as you practice this is it takes the charge away from those thoughts and gives you back your power. So then you can either just not have that thought anymore, or you can replace it. Okay, so Amanda, I don't mean to put you on the spot, but would you mind doing this with me? And you can say no.
Yep, I will. Of
Thank
course
you.
I will. I need to, so yes.
Okay, so I actually just realized I didn't read yours. So you wrote, I feel like I'm failing. I'm tired. I feel stuck. I keep seeking and learning, and I know the answer is already in me. So just sit with what you wrote for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
How does that make you feel?
Pretty bad.
In what way? What are some of the emotions?
Well, geez, Lisa, now I'm gonna cry.
What I'm known for.
Yeah. I mean, I guess just that I'm failing. That's how I feel. Disappointed.
Yeah, absolutely. Sad for sure. Yeah, absolutely. Who would you be without those thoughts?
More like me. Like the normal me.
Which is what?
Happy.
Yeah. Can you see it's those thoughts and reading those thoughts that make you feel that way? Yeah.
Yep.
That's not who you are. So let's do a turnaround. I feel like I'm failing. Is that true?
No.
Yeah.
No, I'm not failing. I'm not where I want to be, but I'm not failing.
Okay, good. So you know that thought is just a thought. It's not you. And it's not even true. It's not even true. So let's turn it around. What is a turnaround thought to I feel like I'm failing?
There's so much potential.
Yeah.
I have potential.
Do you have any success?
I do.
Okay. So if you're not failing, then a turnaround could be I have a lot of successes. Do you have any challengers?
Yeah.
Do you have anyone signed up under you as a coach?
Yep.
Do you have anyone drinking Shakeology?
Yep.
Has anyone bought a challenge pack in the last 90 days?
Yep.
Are those successes?
They're all successes.
Yeah. So when you do a turnaround and your new thought that you're going to replace that with is, I have a lot of successes. How does that feel?
Better.
Yeah. So when we challenge these thoughts and we ask those questions, is this really true? Then we begin to neutralize them. And then we get to choose what we think instead. And when we do that, what we want to manifest and attract into our life will come. Because then you're coming from that watcher. You're the watcher of your thoughts. You are not your thoughts.
Yep.
And so let's do one more. I keep seeking and seeking. I'm just going to cut that one in half. Is that true?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay,
I feel
so
like
you're
going to things, and I think that that's going to be like the thing to like unlock the potential. And I end up back, and that it just hasn't done it. I haven't stayed consistent.
so
So
what was
I
that last
think
part? You haven't stayed consistent?
like consistent with like what I learn at these things. I feel like I've learned so much, and I've gone to events and done a lot of personal development, and like there's still something that continues to hold me back.
What if I were to tell you that there's nothing else you need to learn?
I feel like you're right.
What
I
if
know you're right.
so what if I told you that this is the practice you need to do?
Spot on.
Yeah.
It was very enlightening.
We cannot manifest from a place of a cluttered, inconsistent, back and forth, dirty mind. Our mind is like our house. You have to clean it every day. You notice you clean it and tidy it up, and you turn around 2 hours later and the kids have it a complete mess, and you're like, what the heck just happened? I just literally just cleaned this kitchen. And my 12-year-old came in like a wrecking ball, made herself a grilled cheese. There's butter dripping off the end of the countertop. There's crumbs all over the floor. I literally just cleaned it. That is how our mind is. You have to go back in and clean it up again, because you know about alignment, because you and I have talked about it. You've heard it. Anyone who follows Esther Hicks or Source Messages on Instagram, they always talk about alignment. What is alignment? This is what alignment is. It's questioning your thoughts, but you can't question your thoughts until you know what's in there first, right?
Yep.
So cleaning this up gets you to the point where all that hard work that you've been doing, and I like the way you said it, I feel stuck, I feel tired, I keep seeking and learning, and you said you go to all these trainings, why isn't it working, right? And so coming from a place of receiving and allowing it in really is the key. And the last thing you said, I know the answer is already in me. Thank you so much for being brave. Yeah, thank you. I know I called you out, but I also knew that you understood what I was saying and that you would be a good person. Okay, so I will, if there's a volunteer who would like to have me work with them for like a few minutes with what they wrote, let me know. I have 2 new messages. I don't have 2 new messages. Amanda does. So everyone just take a deep breath, because this is when when I remember when I first started this, it definitely just really blew my mind. And this was before you heard so much about it. So I was like, what? But does anyone have any questions about doing this? You can go ahead and unmute yourself if anyone has any questions.
Just a thought that came to my mind is obviously have talked to Lisa a ton. And I was talking to Allison earlier, and I kind of like asked her a similar question, like, do you believe that's true? And she's like, no. I was like, okay. So it was like good. I'm like, all right, I am learning. I am kind of getting this. And kind of like a realization for myself is I can do this very well for my business because I know like those negative thoughts never helped me in my business. So like a lot of things I wrote for like my Beachbody business was, either like neutral or on the positive side. But I'm like, why don't I do this with other things in my life? Like with what I'm going through now with like no sleep. And I'm like, well, all right, he does take really good naps. So there are other positive things so that I can say versus I'm not getting any sleep. But it was good aha moment for me. Like I can use this practice, not just for my business, because it's worked really well for that, but in other areas of my life too. So thanks for teaching me, Lisa.
You're welcome. It's interesting that you say that because if you only did do it for your business, but there's other areas of your life that are super cluttered, you're not going to be able to manifest for your business. It has to be all areas of your life. So I'm glad that you mentioned that. And it also doesn't always have to be a positive replacement. Like I was saying, it can be neutral. So for you, Rose, just to bring up yours, I'm going to go back to the very beginning. Sleep, I need more sleep. I hate when Parker cries. Okay. So those are so easy to neutralize. Okay. Babies are supposed to cry. Babies cry. Babies cry.
Like, I don't want to hear it, so I'll do anything.
No, it's neutral. Babies cry. I don't like listening to it. It kind of drives me crazy. Yep. Okay. And you just go, yeah, I hear ya. Yeah. But when you neutralize it and just say, yeah, that's pretty normal. I'm sure it drives every mother crazy. Yeah, of course I wish you would stop crying. When you kind of just like treat it like that, then it's not in control of you. You're still in the driver's seat. And instead of like the thought, I hate when he cries, I hate when he cries, I hate when he cries, I hate when he cries. Oh my God, I can't stand it. It's driving me crazy. When is it gonna stop? And then as you're repeatedly thinking those thoughts, then all of a sudden you start to feel bad and you start to feel angry or frustrated, or you snap at your husband or you snap at the dog or whatever it is. That's when we're letting the thoughts run the show. But if we just have the awareness, oh my God, I'm having this repetitive thought in my head that I can't stand the baby crying. Oh yeah, of course I'm having that thought. That's a normal thought. Yeah, all babies cry. All moms have these thoughts. This is so normal. You just kind of go, oh, okay, yeah, that's just the mind going like crazy. Yeah, it's just there. It is what it is, right? Sleep, I need more sleep. Of course I need more sleep. All moms need more sleep. My kid's 12 and I still need more sleep. So you just kind of go like, yeah, okay, yeah, I totally need more sleep. You take the charge away from it. There's no emotion to it with that, okay? So I'm so glad you said something because someone asked, how do we know what to write every day? You just pick. I like to pick an area that I'm feeling something about. I'm feeling sad. And believe me, sometimes I do this multiple times a day. 5 minutes, oh my God. To be the captain of my own life, heck yeah, I'm going to take 5 minutes. 5 minutes is nothing. 5 minutes is nothing. Like I can't even compare it with anything, right? Of course I'm going to do it. Write about anything that you're feeling sad about, anything that you're feeling frustrated about, anything that you're feeling negative about, you're feeling bored, you're feeling lonely, you're feeling frustrated. So your husband, your dog, your kids, your work, your whatever, the moms at the school who are driving you crazy, you know, whatever it is, check in with your feelings first. Okay, so another question. I was wondering what to write each day for positive intention in the B100 book. Maybe just recognizing those bad thoughts and changing it to a positive one, or neutralizing it, like I was saying. So, excuse me. So let's just say someone's overweight and they look in the mirror every day, and the thought that comes in is, I have a fat body. Oh my God, I'm so fat. Oh my God, I'm so fat. Oh my God, I'm so fat. That vibration is going to keep someone fat. Okay? Because that's the vibration that you're riding. You can't just change it to, oh my God, I'm so skinny. Yeah, I'm just going to pretend. This is the, you know, the affirmations, happy, happy. I'm just going to pretend and say I'm skinny every day in the mirror. Yeah, that works. So you have to just say, okay, yeah, that doesn't work. So you neutralize it. I have a body. I have a body. Boy, what a miracle of a body this is. You know, have you ever stopped to think about your body, everything it does? Like, holy cow, it's a body. It's miraculous. Okay? So that's what I mean. That I wanted to give you an example of what I meant about neutralizing. You know, you take away all those little adjectives and fluff. So recognizing the bad thoughts and changing it to a positive one. So that depends on your scale of how much you believe it. So you ask yourself, on a scale of 1 to 10, how much do I believe this positive thought? So going back to, I'm a diamond, and I'm walking around saying I'm a 5-star diamond, earning 6 figures a year. How much do you believe that? On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being I really super believe it, and 1 being I don't believe it at all. If you're on the low side, then that thought is not going to work. That replacement that you're intentionally choosing to think is not going to work. So then you have to scale it back to find another thought. Maybe it's 1-star diamond. Okay? Does that make sense? So if you need more explanation, just write in there again. But it's just about, and I'm going to say it again, I keep saying it because it's really super important. It's not allowing the thoughts to run your life, and it's taking the charge away from the thought. That's why we question it. That's why we replace it. And that's why we have intentional thinking. Okay? So after you do your 5-minute download on whatever it is, you're going to then go back and you're going to underline, highlight, or circle the negative ones. And then you're going to replace them by making a new list of what you replace them with. Okay? Most of the time, just the simple act of writing them down takes the charge away from them. It's almost like they're playing hide and seek and you're like, I see you, I found you. And then game's over, right? Because you found them. So think of it like that. And just kind of play around with it. I am 100% willing to talk to anybody on the phone. I don't care if you joined yesterday or you've been a coach with us for 6 years. If you want help with this at all, please private message me and I'd be more than happy to get on the phone with you. Is it easier to make it positive than, it's easier to make it positive than neutralizing it? Are you asking me if it is, or are you saying it is? Easier is, huh?
Oh, sorry. Can you hear me?
Yeah, hi.
No, hi. I was just saying in my head, like when you were talking about those bad thoughts, in my mind, I want to go all the way to like the positive to like make it like fluff, even though I might not completely believe that. So in my mind, it's always easier to make it that way, but it doesn't necessarily neutralize it. And I make it, so to me, I think I need to think deeper about it. That's all I was just saying.
Yeah, that's a really super good point because it's kind of like black and white, you know, opposites, you know, the opposite of you know, something tasting really good is something tasting really bad, but there's a whole bunch in the middle of it just tasting okay. So for you, I would just play around with it. But you have to go that 1 to 10 scale of believability. And if you don't 100% believe it, then you need to neutralize it. Because you can't manifest and get aligned with what you want for your goals to create in your life if you're not on the same level of belief. Does that make sense? Yeah, okay. So after you go through them, you can ask yourself, what is the scale of which I believe this? And that would be a good gauge to use. All right, well, this is my favorite stuff. Thank you, Amanda, again. I love you dearly. So any last questions? And if not, like I said, door is open at any time. Anybody wants to hop on the call and dig deep. But I definitely encourage you, if you want to see your life change, your business change, whatever change, take a look and remember that analogy of a dirty house. And your mind needs to be looked at every single day. Thank you, guys. Thanks, Rose.
Thank you, Lisa. Have a good night, everybody.
Good night.
Bye.